Heyo, what is up, everybody?
What is up, people?
It's Danny Boy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. On
And
this,
Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy.
it's a Monday, and we are very excited that you get to join us again. And we appreciate you. We love you. We are live again, which is always great. Um, And again, we appreciate last week, when we're doing this new format, it's new to us. We don't do live shows all the time. So the fact that we're going to do this on a regular basis is a new thing, and we appreciate that you are staying with us. We really do appreciate that. So thank you for joining us. And
And
like I said, audio format, it's on the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and just continue to follow us whether you're listening to us or whether you're watching us. We appreciate you. We love you. And let's talk some sports, Bill.
I just want to say, first of all, I know everybody's a little anxious today because
Hmm.
of something that's going on tomorrow. Something
Something about voting and going to a poll place and
which you know what? I'm just going to say this now, people. If you haven't yet, go out and vote tomorrow.
yeah. Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
care who you're voting for, but please go out and vote. This is a democracy. Your voice should be heard.
but I mean,
Um,
we could argue whether it's a democracy or not. I tend
But
to
just
definitely
go
have
out
to
and
vote.
vote. Just
But
go out
yeah, definitely go out and vote and
and
speak your mind. Don't stay home like they used to in the old days. Remember when they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stay home. I just don't feel like it."
but I
No,
just want
don't
to
do that.
say this. I know everybody's a little anxious right now about what's going to happen tomorrow, and all I could say is God only knows.
Mhm.
And hopefully today we could provide you some entertainment and some distraction.
Yep.
Hopefully we can help you calm your nerves a little bit. And we usually don't talk politics here unless, what we talked about the Nick Bosa thing last week. But we're going to do our best today. We're going to keep politics out of this. We're just going
Yes.
to talk sports because I'm sure a lot of you are like ready to have an absolute freak out right now, but it's okay. Turn off CNN, turn off Fox, turn off MSNBC, turn off the news just for an hour or so, and hopefully we can give you some entertainment.
Yeah. And it's good entertainment because it's sports. It's something that we actually love and we actually want to talk about, right,
And if you're
Bill?
not into sports, go watch something cool on Netflix, I guess. Go watch
Uh,
something cool on Netflix.
Overnight, I watched Brits of Terabithia, Bill.
Oh, childhood
Love that.
favorite.
Love that. I mean, it's my favorite book. I remember reading it. It's a great being so sad about it, but no, it's my favorite book, man. And watching the film version, the 2007 film version, not that crap ass 1985 version. Um, no,
Was it 1985 version?
yeah, there is a version in like the 80s for PBS. They made it for PBS. It was horrible. It's
Well, it's
horrible.
public funding. What do you expect? It's public television. Public
Well, I
television was
think I
cool,
think it
don't
was I
worry.
think it was created. I think that movie was produced in Canada, so it's like
We still love you, Canada.
oh yeah, of
You folk.
course, but no, the definitely the '07 version, the Disney Walton Media version is the best. But yeah, no, spend some time doing that, and you know,
Just
watching
today
YouTube.
and tomorrow and this week, folks. Just take care of yourselves. Take care of your
Yeah.
mental health.
And look out, be on the lookout for other people that may need some comfort in this time.
Because right now we're all in this. We're all in the same boat. So please regard and also one important thing before we get down to business: don't cut out your friends and family because of
Yeah,
politics.
yeah, no,
Please
no,
don't
no,
do
no.
that. Please
Yeah,
don't do that.
look, look.
The end of the day, whether we're Democrats or Republicans or
Mhm.
independents, we're all
Yeah,
Americans.
we should love this country no matter who the president is. I know. Look, when Trump was president the last time, I still love the country. I wanted President Trump to do well. It didn't turn out that way, but I still wanted things to go well. So we need to make sure that that is the case. So
And
please
hopefully
love one another.
whoever wins and whoever loses, Whoever loses, and then we'll get down to business. Whoever loses, we hope they graciously accept defeat
Mm,
and graciously concede.
and don't take weeks and weeks and weeks and cause a riot on January 6th.
So, but I think that's a lesson that could be learned that they teach us in sports. When you lose, you go over, you shake hands, and congratulate the winner.
And then you stay mad and then fuel for next time, right? That
Exactly.
that's the whole point.
But
Something
yeah,
that something that, teams like the Jets did this week. They were pretty pissed after they lost to New England, right? They ended up winning Thursday night. And okay, look, I don't know if it's going to save the season, but winning feels good. Well, not only did this week um, help save the season, Bill, I couldn't believe this. I was talking to my brother about this. The Jets could be one game out of the seventh spot if they obviously win and have a lot of people lose. So, just like that, because the NFL sucks this season, Bill, the
yeah,
Jets
it does.
actually could have a chance to be back in business. It's insane how wildly underperforming all these teams are. It's insane.
No, it is. The NFL is absolute garbage this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. I'll tell you one team that's not garbage, Detroit Lions. Shame on me for picking the Packers, huh?
Yeah, you know what? We don't usually reveal the pick'em results until Friday, but I'm gonna say this. In the three games we picked differently, I won two out of three of them.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling
Well,
good right now, Reggie.
I won the one that you were very confident in, the Rams Seahawks.
Yes.
Bill was very confident about the Seahawks.
The three games we picked differently was the New England Tennessee game.
Yeah, that
I
that was
picked
a
Tennessee,
horrible game.
Reggie picked New England.
That was a horrible game. Horrible game.
Yeah, the Titans won in overtime, so um we got the second one was, like I said, Seattle, Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Pick Reggie picked Los Angeles. I picked Seattle, and the third one was Green Bay and Detroit, and I picked Detroit.
Yeah. So
I picked Detroit.
yeah. So obviously I don't have a lead yet in this, but that's okay because I'll make a comeback next week and I'll kick Bill's ass and then I'll take the
I will
lead.
say.
In any case, yep, but we're in November, Bill. All of a sudden,
Yeah, can you believe it?
the week it turns to week 10 after tonight, and the bottom line is that the races are going to start heating up a little bit, especially since no one's really running the table in any of these conferences. So, may I say, welcome to the chaos.
Here for the chaos. I'm here for the chaos.
I'm here for the chaos.
I'm here for the chaos.
Okay, so speaking of the NFL, since we're on it, um, not exactly a Black Monday that we should be happy about, but definitely something that we should mention. Bill, you called it early this season. Saints don't figure it out. Dennis Allen needs to be fired. Well, that's exactly what they did. After seven straight losses, he started 2-0, lost seven in a row. Dennis Allen, goodbye. And rightfully so. This Saints team, I don't care who's been out, who has been playing, whatever. This Saints team just couldn't continue the momentum that they had to start the season. I know injuries were a big problem, but at least be competitive. It's not necessarily a crummy AFC South, but the NFC is a very crummy conference. They're not, again, no one's blowing everyone out here.
Usually the
So,
NFC South is like the joke of the NFC.
yeah, and then not
This year, the NFC South is
it's
meh.
I. It's I. It's I. You have the Falcons, you had the Bucks, they're good teams. But the Saints and Panthers,
They're jokes.
awful. And the fact that the Saints lost to the Panthers, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, I think that was the the breaking point.
Yeah.
That was the And you know what? And I called it because two of the coaches that I thought were going to get fired this year,
Hmm.
let alone I was right. Robert Saleh
Mm.
of the Jets, who got fired a couple weeks ago, and I said Dennis Allen is probably going to be a big target.
Well, there you go. Both of them are gone. How about this?
It's good to be right, Reg.
Yeah.
It's
But
good to be right.
it's good to be right, but not good if you're Allen 18 and 25 as the team's coach. 18 and 25. Bill, I mean, I don't I just don't know what else to say other than, if you continue to have losing seasons, and this was proven with, you know, every coach that's gone under 500 in their careers, that if you keep losing, it all it does is give teams any reason to fire, because it's a winning league. This is a league where you have to win in order to be successful. If you keep losing, you're going to be laughing stock. So I'm glad that the Saints look, and look, for those of you giving crap for the Jets for firing their head coach mid-season. Well, what up now? What up now, huh? Are the Saints a good a messy franchise, dysfunctional franchise because they fired their coach? I would like to see people say that. Can we say that they're a dysfunctional franchise because they fired the coach mid-season?
I think they are. What do you think,
And
Reg?
can we say that? Bill can say that. I'll say that. I'll be very, very curious to see if people actually go out there and be like, "Well, the Saints, they're a terrible organization because they fired their coach mid-season." What up now?
What about
What up now?
we got horrible franchises here, folks.
What up now?
Now, let me ask you something. First of all, we can all agree this was the right decision from the Saints.
Mm. Yeah, it was the right decision.
Who's going to be filling in for Allen for the rest of the season?
It's the special teams coach, I think. It's the special teams Darren Reese.
Yeah,
But apparently, they're still waiting to finalize the move, but that move is it's gonna happen. You know,
yeah. The Darren Rizzi will be the interim coach, and this was reported by Schefter, by the way. So we all know the golden rule here. If it comes from Schefter, it's at least 90% true. Am I right, Reg?
sure, yeah.
Now listen, Schefter has been wrong a few times, but this is if it comes from Schefter, it's mostly true.
Talking about the coach, I mean, yeah, I mean, it, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's just about finalizing all the details. That's all it is.
So Darren Rizzi will be taking over. And listen, this is like you said, 18 and 25. And I think it's now time to go into a full rebuild.
Hmm. But is it time to go into a full rebuild?
Time to get a new coach.
Or does he need a new coach?
Time to get a new coach. Time to get a new quarterback.
But my question is the failures of this, 'cause I know Derek Carr really hasn't played lately. Um, is the failures of this team really on the players or is on the coaching? I really think it's on the coaching. And again, I can't be fair to Dennis Allen because the team sucked in a horrific NFL. I'm calling it like it is. This NFL sucks. In a horrific NFL season for all these teams, they should be have at least 4 wins. Shame.
Okay, so here's just a more general question.
Mhm.
Do you think we're going to see any other head coach firings before the end of the season, or do you think these are the only two we're going to
Week
see?
was week 10. I mean, probably not. Probably not.
Like, who do you think is next, or do you think whoever's going to get fired is going to? Here's a couple that I was thinking of in the beginning of the season. I'm just going to rattle them off, and you tell me your thoughts. Ready?
Hmm.
Matt Eberflus. Again, this was beginning of the season when I thought this.
Well, why would he be fired though? That's my question.
Well, because at one hand, I was thinking, okay, you got some, your offseason was good, you did good in the draft, but I'm thinking like if you haven't had good seasons in Chicago, and if this one doesn't go so well after all these big moves, maybe we needed someone else running the ship. That was what I was thinking of in the beginning. But now,
But now the situation has changed.
so I don't think Eberflus is on the hot seat right
Now they
now.
had a bad. It was a bad loss against Arizona yesterday. That it was a really bad loss. Um, but 9 weeks in, I mean, you're not going to fire him now. Not with a new quarterback that's still trying to get used to the league, and playing well, but still trying to get used to the league. New team, building an offense. Like you got to give these people time. You decided to go into this new system, this new way uh, of building a team with Eberflus. It'd be a really bad decision to just fire the guy 1 year in to the process.
Fair point. Okay, next one. Mike McCarthy.
Well, the way Dallas is playing right now, I'm surprised he still has a job.
To be honest, I think he should be fired. And listen, guys, if you could tell by my big giant poster, you know I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Right, right, right.
But it is surprising that Mike McCarthy has not been fired yet. I am surprised Mike McCarthy has not been fired yet.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think Jerry Jones, I think Jerry Jones is probably going to wait until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily fired, because correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the last year of McCarthy's contract.
Something like that. Yeah, if that's the case, then they can choose not to renew. That's right.
So I don't think he's necessarily going to get fired. I think Jerry Jones is just probably not going to renew it. And listen, like, because McCarthy's been here a while, and just not just this season, but just look what you get past what the first round and in the playoffs, and boom, you're still here. No, I think McCarthy should get. I think McCarthy, if he's not fired by, if he's not fired in mid-season, which I don't think he's going to be, if you want my honest to God opinion, Reg, I think they're just going to play it off to the rest of the year. I think they're going to just hold on to him for the rest of the year,
Mhm.
and then they'll let him go. Okay. Next one, and I'm sure this is on a lot of people's mind here in New York. Brian Dable.
But I think Mara wants to keep him.
Yeah, that's what's been. He's saying that now.
But I think the thing is that to be fair to Dable and to be fair with Joe Shane, they were, and look, it was their decision to keep Daniel Jones, but they inherited Daniel Jones. I think Mara wants to have them, the two of them, with a brand new team, a squad that they're building right now. one with a quarterback that could be a huge 1-2 punch, huge tandem with Malik Neighbors. Um, and you know, actually, getting this team on the same page because it's very obvious with Daniel Jones, they're not on the same page. So I think Mara wants to give it another shot with a new quarterback, a new offense, a way of thinking, and build this team the way they truly wanted to build it.
I can agree with you on that. Here's my thing. And but here's the thing, if you go back to the whole mistake with Joe Judge, that last season, if you remember, Reg, they were like thinking like in those last 3 weeks, in those last 3 weeks of the season, those last 3 or 4 weeks, they were saying like, well, they were saying like, well, we don't know. At first they were like, oh, there's about a 75% chance he's going to be back next year. And then the next week it went to, oh, there's about a 50-50 chance he'll be back.
Yeah.
And then it evolved to at the after week 16 or week 18, they're like, we don't know. They're like, I don't know if he's going to be back. They're like, it's now like a 25% chance he'll be back. And then that Monday that we were still in the dark.
Right.
And then Tuesday, they're like, okay, we've officially relieved Joe Judge of his duties. Like, are we going to be seeing the same with Brian Dable? Like right now, is Mara going to say, yeah, we stand behind him, he's staying? But then in the next couple weeks, are they going to be like, oh, well, okay, there's like a 75% chance he'll be back. Okay, there's now a 50-50 chance he'll be back. And then are we going to be hearing on either Monday, January 6th, or Monday, January 6th, or Tuesday, January 7th, Brian Dable has officially been relieved of duty. So listen, Mara is saying, and like, listen, Reg, I'm not doubting you. I know Mara has said they have intents to keep Joe Judge, Brian Dable, duh. But bro, he's saying that now. He's saying that right now.
He's saying that right now, but it could be true though. Like, you gotta keep that in mind. I really think that the job with Dable is safe unless a massive catastrophe happens, which I don't think is gonna happen. But you would have to think, Bill, at this point, you know, I think you're better off having Dable as your coach. And I know that's not what you want me to say. I know you want me to say fire him, fire him, fire him. He's terrible. Fire Shane. He's done awful. Shane's hit on some draft picks, and Dable, despite the fact that the team is not playing well, they're on the same page. They're always ready to go. It's not like the Giants are this massive dysfunctional mess every week. They're just not a good team. Sometimes you can be all together. You can be a functional franchise and also be a bad team. Both can be true.
But what I say, Reg, you know what I say is that, and this could be a good transition into when we get to scores. The New York Giants, of how they're playing right now, all I can say is we're going to be hearing this very soon. We're going to be hearing this in April. In the sixth, as of now, in the sixth pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Cam Ward, quarterback, University of Miami.
But you know that for sure?
I'm just spitballing here, bro. I don't have a crystal ball.
In any case, um, we'll see about that.
Tag for Cam. Tag for Cam.
I mean, do you want a tank? I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm
I'm
kidding. I'm
I'm
kidding.
for it though.
I'm kidding.
I'm for it.
I don't like tanks, but
I mean,
I'm not a fan of tanks. But
just saying, it's not a terrible idea.
yeah, but yesterday, let's transition to scores here. I just want to say yesterday,
Well,
Commanders.
first of all, the Raiders fired three offensive coaches. Well, let's also put that out there.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for putting that in there.
Yeah, the offensive coordinator Lou Getzi, I believe his name is how you pronounce his name. Um, and then they're all the offensive line coach James Craig, and their quarterbacks coach also gone. Uh, all three, I believe, were in their first season with Vegas. So, obviously, a complete total miss by your boy Antonio Pierce. And I just gotta say, it's been rough for the Raiders. Yeah, Pierce does not coach the team very well. I mean, I'm just gonna call it like it is, and it's a shame because I thought he had this team prepared last year, more prepared than any and than ever. So, shame that he whiffed on three offensive coaches. Shame. Um, all right, now we can transition to Discord.
Yeah, but no, I just want to say when it comes to the Raiders, real quick, do I think Pierce is going to get fired? Nah, it's his first
No,
year.
no, year one is I'm cool with the year one.
Year one, don't expect a coach in the first year to be hoisting the Lombardi Trophy come February because you got to get used to the new. Because this year, I think what the most important thing is for a first year coach, establish a new culture. And I think Pierce, okay, last year he was an interim head coach, so he didn't really have time to establish a new culture after McDaniels got fired. But now this is the season for him to establish that culture.
Amen.
Now, going to scores, and since we were just talking about them, the Giants fall to the Commanders 27 to 22 yesterday. I'm going to be honest with you folks. The score was closer than this game actually was.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it. The Commanders were dominating the Giants the entire
Oh,
game.
they were.
The only reason why they had a glimmer of hope was because the Commanders basically playing not to get injured because they were winning, allowed the Giants to march down the field. Of course, though, when the Giants actually had a chance to make it close,
They blew it.
instead of, I don't know, kicking the extra point, they go for two. And of course, the Commanders, because they're such a good team, stop them on defense and they get nothing. So it's like, okay, so you think about the two uh, point after tries, the two pointer tries that they had, 2 point conversions. You think about that. Can you imagine if they had just kicked the extra point and then they play defense and they get the ball back with seconds to go? They
No,
were only down
absolutely.
three. Like, come on now. Like, if you're Brian Dable, you gotta be shaking your head a little bit. You know. Now, would this have mattered? Probably not, because the Giants defense had a massive collapse at the end. Commanders, like I said, were able to go down the field. They didn't need to score a touchdown. They just need to get a bunch of first downs, and they got that critical first down near the end zone that sealed the game. And it was terrible. The bottom line is, Bill, the Giants, they get a chance because the Commanders are playing not to get injured. They're basically settling for what they got out of this game, and they don't take advantage. So I don't know what to tell you. You have the floor.
No, I just think I didn't see all of this game. I was over a friend's house, but I did get to watch like the last half of it that over there. It was just the Giants were just a mess. This team is an absolute mess. I and this is a team that was just I I don't know if there's anything else I could say anymore. Daniel Jones is a joke. I think it's time to move on. Whether go with Tommy DeVito or whether we go with Tommy DeVito or whether we go with Drew Lock, I think it's time for a new key. I think it's time for a new direction when it comes to quarterback. And how many times do I have to say this, Reg? Daniel Jones was not worth $45 million. How many
20,
times do I have to say this, Reg?
26, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. QBR 72 and a half. Yeah, it's not, that doesn't scream to me 40 plus million. It doesn't.
God, how many times do I have to say this, Reg?
It doesn't. And his last few performances haven't proved that either. Um, so Shane, pay the man his money right now. Jaden Daniels had another terrific game. Um, no turnovers. Um, He had 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't have to really do much because the Commanders were rushing all over the place. Austin Eckler had 42 yards. Chris Rodriguez had 52 yards. Jaden Daniels had 8 carries for 35 yards himself. He didn't really have to do much in terms of the passing game. But when he did air the ball out, Terry McLaurin had 2 touchdown catches. Noah Brown had 5 receptions, excuse me, for 60 yards. So, he was able to the Commanders under the offensive mastermind that is right now, that is Cliff Kingsbury, are able to find ways to divide up sort of the um divide up everything on offense. They're able to figure out how they could uh you know make plays for everybody. And he has called this offense tremendously, Cliff Kingsbury. So just saying, 7-2, the Commanders look pretty damn good. I mean, at some point you just got to call it like it is.
No, no, I'm calling it like
The
it is. I think Jaden Daniels is an absolute beast.
yeah, and the defense is tremendous, and no surprise, Dan Quinn's a great defensive mind, and he has a lot of say over this defense. So I'm telling you, man, like they look really good. They look really good right now.
So yeah, I think the Commanders are the team to beat in the NFC East.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest, the NFC East is trash.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going, "Ooh, what about the Eagles?" Listen, we've said it a million
No.
times. The Eagles are overrated.
They are. They
And
are.
I think the Commanders are the much better team. Jaden Daniels is doing a great job at QB. I think Dan Quinn's doing a good job coaching.
Mm.
So I think Washington is. And you know what? I didn't have much. If you guys remember back in August, I did my July or August, I did my new head coaching preseason rank, and in January I'll do my postseason ranking of new coaches. So stay tuned for that. I put where did I put Dan Quinn? I put him in either C tier or D tier, but I didn't have much high hopes for him.
Well. I mean, it's because you're probably thinking of his time in Atlanta. That's why. You know.
Yes, and listen, I'll take the L on that
Let's
one.
be honest. We're looking at Dan Quinn's past experience as head coach. He was the coach of the Falcons. He got them to the Super Bowl appearance. Almost won the Super Bowl had it not been for the 28-3 absolute collapse of them. You um, but he's a good coach. He's a good coach. My argument was that he wasn't their first choice, but sometimes you don't have to be the first choice to be the right choice. You know?
I can agree with that statement.
Yeah. Commanders improved 7-2. Giants 2-7. Just absolutely, it's gonna get worse for them. It's gonna get worse.
The
Um,
Giants and the Cowboys, and this is a good transition because Atlanta beat Dallas 27 to 21. Giants and the Cowboys, I think, are the only two teams this year who have not won a game at home.
isn't that wild to think about? Like, how do you not cover your territory? Even the Jets have won at home. Like how do you not cover your home base? Especially if
And
you're Dallas. Dallas is a great home field advantage.
speaking
Shame.
of which, Atlanta beat Dallas 27 to 21.
Mhm.
And Mike McCarthy slammed the tablet after.
Yeah, oh my God. He's been horrible. Let's just say it. He's been bad this year. And I really think he's gonna be on the hot seat when it comes to the
Oh,
MVP.
yes.
He's up there. Because Jerry Jones, one of the things he doesn't like having the bad publicity. And right now, it's not even bad publicity. It's just an absolute nightmare when it comes to publicity for the Cowboys.
Because at least, and we always say this about the Giants, at least they have good PR.
Exactly. Kirk Cousins, 3 touchdowns on the day. Robinson had 19 carries for 86 yards. Mooney had 5 receptions for 88 yards and a touchdown. The Cowboys, they are what they are. Let's just say they are what they are. They don't score on offense. They drive down the field only to get nothing. And it's the same crap every week with the quarterback. And now, of course. Dak Prescott, hamstring, CeeDee Lamb, shoulder, both set for MRIs. So, it's only going to get worse for them. Here's the thing: the Cowboys are 3-5, so technically speaking, the season can be saved. But
Yeah,
let's be honest, they ain't saving no season.
they ain't saving their season.
It's over. So that Cowboys Falcons though 6-3. They're trending upwards. That's a good team. They
They're a team that's
balance out.
really gonna be a force to be reckoned with in the NFC South.
Yep.
I
Um,
absolutely agree with you. They're gonna be a team that's gonna, I think they are Tampa Bay's biggest competition right now. What do you think?
in that division, 100%,
They're gonna be Tampa's biggest competition.
100%. All right, next on the list, the Buffalo Bills. I was hearing this on the radio. The Buffalo Bills, uh, in a dramatic fashion at the end of the game. 30-27 final score, late field goal by Tyler Bass, his career long 61 yards.
And I like to thank Tyler Bass for helping my fantasy team. Thank
That
you and God bless you.
I mean, not much. Same for me. Not much, but he helped me a little bit. So I probably lost because, of course, that's just the story of my fantasy life. No matter how good of a team I have, I don't know how to play fantasy well. So, but his 61 yarder definitely helped me. So I'm very appreciative of that. Um, the Dolphins actually played well against the Bills. This is a really tough Buffalo Bills team.
So I would love to
It took
see
me
the
a
match
while.
between Mike Rifkin and Nate Moser right now. When you
Exactly. Um, I mean, look, if you look up and down, Tua had a tremendous game, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. Um, excellent Achan, I'm sorry. Had a touchdown, 12 carries, 63 yards. I mean, up and down, the Dolphins look way better with Tua under center. And the offense is better. The system is designed for him. So this is not a shocker, but it's it's late. It's late now for the Dolphins. That's the problem. So the loss sucks. It does.
Anyway, yeah, but the Bills, we congratulate and I'm sure Nate Moser is dancing on Mike Rifkin's grave right now.
Good.
But anyway, the Cincinnati Bengals getting their first home win yesterday against the Las Vegas Raiders of Oakland.
Yeah. Uh, we already talked about the Raiders, but this is a disaster. 5 touchdowns for Joe Burrow.
Joey
Yikes.
B still
I,
in.
and look, and like I said, the Bengals they're a good team. They're a good team. It's just a shame that they're 4-5, but they're a good team. So, Joe Burrow, yeah, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. But we're a tremendous day by the Bengals beating up a crappy Raiders team who had no business scoring 24 points. But the game was over by then, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, next, the Chargers and the Browns. The Chargers beating the Browns 27-10.
Yeah. How about that? Good old Justin Herbert, 2 touchdowns on the day. Uh, helped propel them to victory. The defense, it's against the Browns, but defense played well. So, Browns, of course, their usual selves. Doesn't matter who's the quarterback. Doesn't matter who's calling the games. The Browns are terrible. They're not a good team.
Yeah, I think Kevin Stefanski might be on the hot seat after this season.
I'll take Stefanski on the Jets.
Really?
Yeah. The Browns, I think the Browns are just bad. The Browns are
Next,
not a good team.
next on the list, the Carolina Panthers beating the New Orleans Saints. We already talked about the Saints,
Yeah.
and
And
which ended up being Dennis Allen's final game. But anyway, you know what I can say about the Panthers, though? They actually won a game. They actually won a game.
oh my God. What a disgrace.
Reggie, they actually won a game.
God. And improved to 2-7 on the season. How tremendous. Um uh Bill called this one, Patriots losing to the Titans 20 to
Oh, I
17.
skipped that game. Thanks, buddy.
Um yeah. How about Mason Rudolph? 2 touchdowns on the day. Uh, so good job by Tennessee. It was a close one. But like I said, it's a combination of two bad teams playing each other, so you're bound to get bad defenses and bad offenses making terrible plays like that. That's what it was. The sequence was just bad football,
Oh, absolutely.
but a good competitive game nonetheless. Um, Broncos, Ravens towering Denver 40 to 10, 41 to 10, excuse me. 41 to 10. Um,
Broncos, Ravens, and we also a congratulations to Derek Henry,
yep,
who scored his 100th career rushing touchdown.
tremendous stuff. Baltimore, easily one of the best teams in the NFL.
And congratulations to Derek Henry. Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson things, 16 and 19, 280 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Mm.
So Baltimore beating Denver. Next, the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 28-23.
When you're thinking the Jaguars, they're coming back from the dead, you're thinking it. You're thinking it, Bill, right? You're kind of thinking it. Like,
Yep.
are they gonna blow it? Not quite.
They
Not quite.
didn't blow it.
They didn't blow it, but you're thinking it. You're thinking it.
Exactly.
Overrated. This team stinks.
Both teams are overrated.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, look, the Jaguars they're lucky. The Eagles are lucky. The Jaguars just all the close games they had against these really bad teams like the Browns and the Jaguars. They're just lucky that they're worse. Because if they were, come on, let's be honest. If the Eagles mess up on one play, it's over. You know? Oh, God. Disgrace. What a disgrace.
So anyway, yeah, the Arizona Cardinals beating the Bears 29-9. I think the Cardinals are the shock team this year so
Yeah,
far.
I mean, look, this is gonna be a tough one. The Jets have them next week, so this is gonna be a tough one. Um, no, Cardinals are they're a good team. They've proven themselves that they could keep up with. I mean, look again, like I said, a very underperforming NFL this season. But in a season where teams are underperforming, where teams are banged up, where teams aren't like themselves. Cardinals taking advantage, and they're putting themselves well into a big time NFC race. So give the Cardinals credit. They actually won a game. This is a tough Chicago Bears team too. The Chicago Bears team that and has lost two in a row now. Yikes!
Yeah, this Bears team has lost two in a row, so that's yikes.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, next one. The Lions beat the Packers 24 to 14.
mhm.
Lions are on a roll. And did I call it, Reg? Did I call it?
You did. You did. But you know what? I feel like because the Packers had 3-0 lead after one. Like you're thinking, okay, look, the Lions not off to the greatest start offensively, but defensively they're showing their true colors. It's only a matter of time that if the Packers don't pounce on it, that the Lions are just gonna take over. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of disappointed in Jordan Love's performance. He had an interception in that game. The Packers just weren't moving the ball well. So very disappointed that it wasn't more competitive. But I mean, like I said, the Lions. I think they're the best team in the NFL.
I
But
think so
it's
too.
not
I
in
think they're
Kansas City
really going to
Chiefs.
be a force to be reckoned with. So,
Yeah.
okay, next. These Rams beat the Seahawks. Reg called this one.
This is an overtime thriller for the Los Angeles Rams. Um, you're thinking, okay, Seahawks, they're driving down for a possible game-winning score. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Rams get the ball back, go down the field, and they score a touchdown to win the game. Tremendous stuff. I have no idea why the Seahawks decided they had a 4th and 1. I believe they're in Rams territory, 4th and 1. And they decided to go for it and they get nothing in overtime. Nothing. I don't know why you don't just take the points and make the defense like actually try to get the victory. That was kind of shocking to me. Um
So, anyway, the Vikings beat the Colts 21 to 13 last night.
I mean, I think the look, and I was disappointed in Joe Flacco's performance. Um, but it just goes to show the Vikings are a good team. The Colts are very inferior to the Vikings, and the Vikings showed that. So sometimes you just got beat by the better opponent. Sometimes you guys just say,
And tonight we got the Chiefs and the Bucks. And
boy.
will the Chiefs continue their undefeated? Will the Chiefs go 8-0?
I think they will, but.
But who knows with this Bucks team?
Yeah, you never know. I
It's,
think the Chiefs still win.
you know,
I think that offensively it's gonna be about the same.
especially with the Chiefs with, some guy named Kelsey.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you real quick, did you see what happened with Jason Kelsey this weekend?
Yeah, didn't he say something like slur or whatever.
Somebody said to him, called Travis Kelce a gay slur. I'm not even going to get dignity to that word
Yeah.
because we probably do have LGBTQ listeners and I have many LGBTQ friends. So I am not going to say what that word is.
But
But, and then Jason Kelce took his phone and broke it. Listen, in the way, I don't know if you read Reddit a lot though, Reg. I don't know. Do
probably
you?
not.
What?
I didn't read into the situation
No,
much.
no. I mean, do you read Reddit?
Do I reread it? Yeah, sure.
This is what we would call on Reddit everyone sucks situation. Because here's the thing. On one hand, that guy should not have said that word. So
Well,
don't let's not paint this guy as an innocent. Oh, he got his phone broke by Jason Kelsey.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Like, like,
I think this guy is a homophobic psycho.
yeah,
Because and you know what? I said this, I forgot who it was. It was during one of the Red Sox players over the summer. If you're openly and liberally using these words,
yeah,
then you know something is up with this person.
yeah. I mean, just call like it is.
Like during the Red Sox player, if the Red Sox player called that guy an asshole instead of that word, I would still say, okay, bro, cool it, but okay. But in this situation, you could tell there's something wrong with that guy. But going over to Jason Kelsey, I think defending your family is very noble and very honorable, but don't go break someone's property. Don't destroy someone's property in the process. Like that was wrong. And you are there representing ES. This was at the Ohio State Penn State game.
yeah.
You are there representing ESPN.
But at the same time, if he had said something about his family that wasn't very nice, like, don't you think he should have a right to say, hey man, keep quiet, not defending his actions, but it's just like, you know,
If he said, "Hey, dude, cool
just
it,"
playing devil's advocate,
if he
you
just
know.
said, "Dude, cool," like, listen, I'm fine with defending your family. If he just said, "Hey, bro, cool it," or "Hey, don't say that about my
Yeah,
brother,"
yeah, I agree with you on that.
like him defending his brother, that doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Yeah,
But breaking his phone,
yeah,
that was wrong.
yeah, that was kind of weird.
And if he
this
sued him,
this is this is nothing like the Jaron Duran situation, but
no, it isn't, but I think it kind of is because Jason Kelsey broke someone's property.
he didn't say the words. He just broke someone's phone. Obviously, he's probably gonna
I
get
think this is a I
it,
think this is
it's a
again, this
no,
is an everyone sucks situation.
it's a no win situation for anybody.
It's an
And
everyone sucks situation. I
yeah,
think that guy shouldn't have said that about Travis Kelsey. And I don't think Jason Kelsey should have went over and smashed his phone.
yeah,
So I think this is an everyone sucks situation.
yeah.
I don't know. You think ESPN's going to fire him?
No, for
I'm
breaking someone's
sorry.
phone.
You broke someone's property.
Who cares, Bill? That's not something you get fired over. It's a bit of a stretch to get fired over breaking someone's phone.
Let me reiterate. He broke someone's personal private property.
But it's not something that you can get fired for. I think that's a bit of a stretch. That's not that big a deal. That guy can get a new phone. It's not like he, wrecked someone's car in a car accident on purpose, you know, and try to and almost literally try to hurt somebody. It's
Do you
just
think
a
his
phone.
do
Like,
you
you can go to a carrier and get a new phone.
do you think
Is
his
it
carrier
expensive?
provides
Yeah, it's
insurance
expensive.
for
Is it expensive? Yeah. Should he pay for a new phone? Sure. But he's not going to get fired over it. I mean, that's a little ridiculous. Getting fired for breaking someone's phone, I think, is the dumbest thing to get fired over.
do you
That's dumb.
think Do you think the carrier will cover getting my phone destroyed by a former football star?
But I mean, all look if he, I just don't understand. I just don't really understand the whole point of this being a bigger deal than it really should be.
But again, in the words of Reddit, I think this is an everyone sucks situation.
Yeah, to me it's not that big a deal, but yeah, no, you're definitely right. This is not something that, should just be brushed aside. Like obviously, Kelsey's behavior in that situation was not cool,
I
but
think Jason Kelsey needs to learn some anger management.
not even that. We also don't know the context of the situation. Like, so it's like that too. So it's like be understanding that he was pretty pissed off because he said something about it, his family member.
And
Like,
again, I think defending your
you
family is very noble and very honorable,
and
but
very
there's ways to
necessary
do it.
if the guy said something that was truly horrible, like very necessary.
Oh, agreed. So anyway,
That,
I'm
that
gonna
that's the only thing I'm gonna defend him on
yeah.
and stuff. Firing over breaking someone's phone, I think that's the dumbest thing to be fired over. I really do.
Okay. So anyway, next. Okay, let's talk a little baseball, shall we? Um, Yankees, after their World Series loss, they're denying Rizzo his club option.
Yeah, so he's a free agent, and that didn't really come as a shock to me, because I didn't. Shame on me for not realizing that the Yankees had a club option, but the Yankees had a club option on Rizzo. Um, that did shock me. I think Rizzo is on the tail end of his career, or at least the beginning of the tail end. And I think we saw the best of Anthony Rizzo. I don't think we're going to get anything that's better than what we've already seen. So, not a shocking move. And the Yankees are ready to move forward, which, you know, great. I think it's cool, but let's see who they replace him with. That's the big question. Um, because he was a big part of your bat, and he's a lefty. So ideally, it's probably someone that you want to get, a lefty first baseman.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and also the big one that everyone's thinking about, Garrett Cole.
Yeah, Garrett Cole, who decided to opt out of his contract. Now, the Yankees, here's an interesting part about this. The Yankees can void the opt out if they give him a 1 year, $36 million deal. But that's not a guarantee to happen. And they have until today at 5 o'clock to make that decision. So they still got time if they really want to do this. Otherwise, Garrett Cole becomes free agent. And that may make things very interesting because the Yankees lose their ace and now they have to go out and try to get another big time pitcher, which is pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult nowadays because big time pitchers are worth a lot of money. So, in my honest opinion, I almost think it's worth giving Cole that $36 million for this year.
I would
Like,
say do it.
I really think it's worth it. Um, but yeah, I mean, look, Garrett Cole, I think he either he probably wants more money and probably wants to change the scenery too. So both could be true. Maybe he does want to stay as a Yankee, but wants more money. I don't know.
We went more money.
Yeah.
If you know,
So
you know.
yeah, so the Yankees have interesting decisions to make this offseason. No, Soto's gone. You have no more Rizzo, so now you have to replace potentially three players now that Garrett Cole's going to be free agent. If the Yankees obviously don't uh, give him that 1 year deal, which I don't expect him to do. It's the Yankees under Brian Cashman, under this version of Brian Cashman. The old version of Brian Cashman would have given him the money. This version of Brian Cashman, I don't trust it.
You don't trust him? But we got to see what happens. Like I would say, don't give up your ace.
Yeah, no, it'd be the wrong decision would be to let him go to free agency. Like if you can give him that $36 million for the year, void his opt out,
You got
that's an easy
Cashman.
decision.
You got 5 hours and 10 minutes. Get on it. Get on it.
That's an easy decision to make. So I would make that decision now.
I would make that decision now. You got 5 hours and 10 minutes.
I
Let's go.
would have made that decision 2 days ago. But whatever.
I would say void the opt out. Give him the year. Give him the 36 million. If Cashman doesn't do it, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Or
Uh,
maybe they're trying to say, "Hey, let's go for another pitcher and let's save that money towards Soto."
I mean, but you can get both. That's my thing. You know,
I I don't know what's going through Hal Steinbrenner and Brian Cashman's mind right now. I
you can
really
get
don't.
both. So it's like uh,
Well,
tough spot.
we got to see what happens here, folks.
Uh, my goodness. Um, by the way, teams can start. Like I said, the 5 o'clock deadline not only for the Yankees to void the opt out, but also the time where players, all the free agents, can start signing with new teams. So let's see.
The deadline tonight is 5 p.m., and that's when free agency officially begins.
Well, everyone became free agents on October 31st.
But now they can all talk
But
to.
they can talk and sign with new teams. Yes.
If they don't talk to, if they don't void by 5 p.m. tonight, is Cole coming back, or do you think they've missed their chance?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I really think picking up that 1 year, $36 million, I think that's their best chance. And again, 1 year of Garrett Cole is fine if it ends up being a World Series championship, obviously. Like that's fine. Free agency, you're putting yourself you're risking. It's a big risk because a lot of these teams would kill for Garrett Cole.
So if I'm Brian Cashman, I would.
Mm. I think it's
This
worth
decision should have been made on.
the day he opted out.
This should have been done Saturday.
Yeah, so
This should have been done Saturday, Cashman, you dumbass.
yeah.
Because, if he goes, well, that's the end of negotiation. But no, they're not going to negotiate anymore. If the Dodgers or the Astros or God knows who would say, okay, well, we'll give you this, he's going to freaking take it. I don't understand this man sometimes. I don't understand Brian Cashman, dude. I don't. I think, and wow, what a busy days here in sports.
It's gonna be
People you can
busy.
sign. You can
It's
start
gonna be
signing free
busy.
agents tonight. The
It's gonna be
trade
busy.
deadline
I
for the
mean,
NFL is tomorrow.
yeah. Um, and we'll go through more of the Yankees offseason on Bombers banter.
Whenever we
We're
do that,
planning, we are planning a Bombers banter this time. So,
we
uh,
just don't know when yet.
exactly. Yeah, but it's gonna be a busy day. Obviously, if news breaks and it's worthy of going breaking news on it, we'll make sure we get that breaking news out there to you.
Absolutely.
Mike Rifkin. I'm not sure if he's gonna have a batter. I mean, he's busy with a lot of shows. But if there's anything with baseball, I'm sure he'll be all over it on Batter Up. But we'll see about that. Well,
We also,
there's a like button. You can like this video. There's a subscribe button.
if you want to subscribe to this
Uh,
channel.
Um,
We also want to give a shout out to Mark Goldofsky Alpern.
yes. He is having a major procedure that could potentially make his life a whole lot better. And I just want to say to the old ops guy, man, I still say I'm just gonna say it like it is. I'm scared for him because It's a major procedure, and it's not something that anyone should take lightly. And I just want to make sure that he hears that, and I've told him that many times. And I said, look, man, look, I'm really scared about this for you because I want to make sure you have a good quality of life afterwards. And not only that, but a lot could happen under the knife. So, but I'm hoping that everything goes well. I know things will go well because this is a man of many heartbeats, Bill. A man of so many heartbeats, whether it's his kids, whether it's his own heart, he has a lot of heartbeats. So he's going to survive this. And then
If
he's going
any of
to
you
recover
know
well.
Mark personally, like we do,
Yeah. And
he's gone through a lot of shit.
yeah, too much for someone his age.
He's gone through a lot of shit out of respect. We're not going to go through what all those were,
Yeah, no,
but
it's not our place to say, but yeah.
let's just say if you know the Chumbawamba song Tum Thubbin, whatever it's called, he gets knocked down, he gets back up again.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm scared for you, but I know you're gonna do well. I know you're
You're
gonna
gonna be fine,
recuperate.
bro. We're
And
praying for
then
you.
and then when you come back to SIN, we're gonna kill it. And hopefully we'll start that basketball pod that we've been talking about for a while now. So yeah, you'll be fine. Everything's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're gonna be good.
And we sending love to him, sending love to his family, um, Shell and Charlotte and Troy.
All right.
You know, we hope they're okay. This is just as hard on them as it is for him. So just sending love to them, and making sure that they're all right.
Yeah. I wonder how long this surgery takes.
Hours. That's the best way I could describe it. But in any case,
But
uh,
yeah, we wish Mark the best. We're
you'll
praying
have
for him.
we salute you, we love you, and we hope that you come back in good as new in no time.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's our show. Episode 362, Bill.
362, baby.
Yeah. On our way to 400. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell on all the YouTube stuff. We post a lot of YouTube stuff, so please follow us there. You want to see our faces anymore. I swear I'm handsome. I think Bill is too.
Thank
Um,
you.
if you really don't want to see our face anymore, you can listen to us. This version of the pod will be uploaded wherever you get your podcast. But tune into the rest of our content. We go live sometimes we go live for Sunday Night Football. Um, Sometimes we call an audible when things are getting very serious,
Interesting.
interesting, and all the other shows that we have across the network, please tune in. We really appreciate it. Whether it's on podcast form, wherever you get your podcast, or on this page, on this YouTube page.
And again, thank you for joining us. And again, tomorrow, don't forget to vote.
Mm-hmm.
I know I said this earlier, but still, don't forget to vote tomorrow,
Yeah.
people.
And and to my fellow black people, stay in line. Don't leave.
Exactly. To
Don't leave.
everyone, stay in line.
Don't
You
leave.
have a right for your voice to be
If,
heard.
if the machines break again, stay in line. Stay in line.
Everyone, stay in line. And if someone comes up to you as a poll watcher,
Mm-hmm.
be suspicious and ask for their credentials.
I would be laser focused online, not even pay attention to any dumb shit that's happening.
Listen, everyone, again, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, whether you're voting for Trump, whether you're voting for Kamala, your voice deserves to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow, whether you're doing it before work, after work, your lunch break, get off your ass and get yourself to the polling place. This is the bedrock of our democracy.
And also advocate to our nation's leaders that this should be a national holiday
Absolutely.
so that people can go vote.
Absolutely.
But that's a conversation for another time. Make your voices heard. And like I said, no matter what, we are Americans, love our country, not hate it.
I'm Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy,
Danny Boy Reg,
and we approve this message.
we approve all the messages. Stay
And
safe.
thankfully, on Friday, this will all be over.
Hopefully.
Knock on wood, this will all be over.
Hopefully.
And we will see you then. Stay safe. Take